Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this is my take on the Mocha Mousse Pantone Colour of the Year. This is what I did. I hope you enjoy watching the video. If you do like this content, guys, do consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this is one of 3 videos today. So this will be the Mocha Mousse. I kind of want Pantone have come out with their colour of the year basically, which is like a deep brown Mocha Mousse colour. So I'm going to kind of, I was really excited about this because one palette basically that I haven't tried in a very long time, and I have got a review below, which I did I think 2 years ago, and I thought, you know what, I have the perfect palette for this. You can use mousse eyeshadows. I have this, I've had it for a long time. I actually haven't even used it. It's the Mousse Revolution Shadow in Amber, and I thought it's nice, but what if somebody has a palette and wants to jump on this trend and doesn't want to kind of go out and buy something else? So that just goes back to what I was saying. This is the Revolution makeup, and look at the browns in this, guys. I thought this is the perfect palette to try this Mocha Mousse. My version of the kind of Mocha Mousse kind of bronzy look. I love color browns. I like that blondie tone, bronzy tone even. My hair isn't doing anything I wanted to do lately, guys. I've even straightened it. I don't know what's going on. It's just so kind of fluffy. I don't know what's going on. So I have got an appointment in a couple of weeks just to I have said in a few videos I have been trying to colour my hair myself, and I just don't think I've kind of done a great job, and then it's maybe affected kind of the straightening or anything, that I don't know. But moving on, it's not the most important thing. So I'm going to kind of go for a deep bronze, and deep bronzes really suit kind of deep blushers, I think. So what I've done, just for the sake of the video, is I've gone in with my primer, concealer, foundation. So I actually put in 2 primers. I did my anti-redness, which is the e.l.f. W7 Prime Magic. I then went in, guys, with the 4-in-1, and I doubled these 2 up, mixed them up. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow in Fair Light and Fair Cool. And then I kind of just went in with the Peach Eraser Maybelline Multi-Use Concealer. And then over that, I used my e.l.f. and this is the Hydrating Concealer as well. So that's what I did so far. So what I wanted to do then is kind of, as I said before in my last video, I am making an effort to kind of not use my W7 bronzing glow drops so much. So this is the Drunk Elephant. These were the first ones I ever used. You definitely don't have to buy these. I've had these for a couple of months, but I tended to look at kind of dupes and things like that, and then when I saw the W7 glow drops, I kind of went for those. But I do want to make an effort to use what I have. I am on a no-buy for makeup, and this is what it looks like. Lovely little packaging there. And so what I'm going to do today is just dot that around, so there's no bronzer on whatsoever. It's just the Wet n Wild tinted, is it BB cream or foundation, guys? Tinted hydrator. So it's kind of like a BB cream. It's light. It says light to medium. I kind of find it that it's kind of a lightish color. And then I'm so excited to kind of go in with this color, guys. These are just amazing. If you want a whole lot of kind of mattes, and they are kind of warm, cool tones, but you also have some shimmers in there that it can actually double up as highlighters. So we're going to be doing that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the mirror here, and I'm going to kind of pat around where I would usually go in with my kind of putty bronzer. I'm going to kind of, instead of that, we're going to use the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. So I'm going to put a little bit on there. It's a nice deep color, but it does kind of adjust to your skin tone. So I'm just going to pop it. Now you can use a sponge or a brush. I'm going to be using a brush today. Might just pop on a little bit more, but I loved when I saw this color, guys. I love this color. This is a color I have in my clothes. When I do get my nails done, I kind of go for that natural kind of bronzy look as well. Not that, so I have got my own nail polish that I might put on later, but it really did kind of, it's just kind of my kind of color. I know in 2023, not so much 2024, it was very latte kind of aesthetic, clean girl looks, and that is kind of still coming into 2025. But I just think this color can go with so much. You can go with clothes, it can go with, especially if you self-tan, things like that. You can definitely kind of, it's creative. I like the fact that it's creative. So what I'm going to do is go in with my contour brush, and this is from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to dab. I have a little bit remaining, so what I'll do is I'll kind of blend this out first, and then we'll just kind of dab on what is remaining. I also have a vlog coming out today. So on Sunday, Saturday even, I went to storage. I've got all of that recorded. I then kind of continued it on the next night and did a little bit of nighttime. I recorded myself doing my nighttime skin routine, things like that. And then I did a quick speed clean, which I do a lot, and I recorded that too. I did bring some boxes back, so I reduced the size of my storage, and I brought some boxes back which I needed, were like paperwork, things I needed to shred, and just things in general that I wanted to bring home. So there's the cleaning of that I've done, so that'll be up today as well. And again, directly after this video, it is the mental health video. So that was really important for me not to rush. I know it's been postponed, I think, about 3 times, and I do apologize for that, guys, but it is coming out today. So that's kind of what you get, guys. Really nice. And what I like about this is I've put a light amount on, but you can control it. So even though it looks deep when it comes out, you certainly can kind of, you know, and you saw I just put dots on, but the brush is amazing. Some people like to use a sponge. I love the brush because you can just, it's really quick as well, guys. It doesn't dry into the skin. Sometimes you get these liquids that kind of stick to the skin, and even the W7 doesn't. It's really, really good. So I found the Revolution bronzer. It was a little bit watery. That was the only thing I didn't like about that, but it's really good as well. Revolution have come out with their bronzing drops and blush and highlight as well. So we're just going to take the remainder of that, and we're just going to kind of use it and make sure it's all blended back into the hairline. And I think this Pantone color, guys, and Pantone even, it's going to suit like blue eyes, green eyes. It's going to really make all eyeshadows pop as well. And skin tones can use it. All skin tones, I think, can use their variation of it too. So that's what that looks like. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a cold if you hear me sniffle, guys. Nothing major, but so that's that. I mean, you don't have to kind of double up with powder. I am going to, just for the sake of today. And that's what that looks like. But the first palette, guys, I thought of was the Revolution Makeup London. And let's just open that for you guys. I do have a video on it. I think it's 2 years ago now, guys. But I spray this consistently. I mean, it's been a great, great palette for me, for my kit. What I'll do is I'll open it because I've got so much makeup here. I don't want to spill anything. So this is what we're going to be looking at today, guys. I mean, look at those. Some of those you can see I've dipped in as highlighters as well. This one I've used as a highlighter, and this one too. You just have so many options, guys. And you do have those kind of amber rose type colors as well. And this just really jumped out at me when I saw that this year's color of the year is that kind of Moroccan, that mousse kind of look. So we are going to be doing that. So what I also got for Christmas, guys, actually, and it's my first ever product, I'm just going to pop the lid back on this, is Makeup by Mario Enhancing Powder. And the first thing I noticed is it is a deep colour, so I've never used this, guys. We're about to use it now. I'm going to swatch it on my hand, only if it is a lighter colour and we've just put on bronze. I will just double up the bronze with powder, and we might use this a different time. So what I'm going to do is just open this, and we're just going to have a look. So it is actually, guys, it's a cream. So I've only used this with you guys right now. So let's just, it's a cream. Look at that. Okay, so it is certainly light. So it comes out, maybe we should use, okay, so that's what that looks like. Very, very light brown. No scent to it, not that that makes any difference. So this is in light. It says Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So maybe that's something I should have put on before. I don't know. I mean, we can dot it around, maybe the face, and where I had put the bronzer, maybe it'll just make things look a little bit more, use the same brush maybe. And this is my own, so I will be kind of going in and see what that looks like. Not making a huge difference, but I think it's probably just giving that glow. Yes, I can see now, it's kind of giving that glow. It is a little bit deep. Once you put it on, it seems to adjust to the skin. So I like that, guys. So this is Makeup by Mario, my first product by them. So it does really complement the Drunk Elephant. When I saw the colour and when I particularly kind of swatched it, it's very light, but actually when it goes on, it's really nice. I thought it was a powder, but it's a liquid, so that's fine. So we'll leave it there, guys, because I don't think, given that we've used the Drunk Elephant, that we need a huge amount of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double up. So I am going to be using my putty bronzer in Tahiti, but I'm going to go in with the deepest red in the Talk to the Flowers Wet n Wild. So what I wanted to show you guys today is, I think a lot of people, including myself, and I didn't do it because I'm on a no-buy, is when you see like a colour of the year or something that's trending all of a sudden, you want to go out and just buy products. But today I just wanted to show you things, obviously with the exception of Makeup by Mario, that was a gift for Christmas, which I appreciate. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to kind of go out and jump on the let's buy all these new products bandwagon. You can look, okay, so it's Mocha Mousse, what do I have? You know, and if you, by no means don't do this if it's just because it's the, you know, the color of the year. You don't necessarily have to do it, but these are one of my favorite colors, so I did want to do that. So moving on, what I'm trying to say just quickly before we move on is that you probably have products at home that you can use for this kind of trend. Okay, so what I said before is I'm just going to go in with Tahiti, and then with the Talk to the Flowers, if you've seen my videos before, it comes in 4 sections. So that's the 4 sections there. So you've got your lighter blush, kind of a highlighter, a deep blush, and a very, very light blush here. So I'm going to go, because I feel like deep blushes really, really suit kind of a Mocha Mousse deeper color. Bright blushes kind of, I don't think they kind of, well, depending on your skin tone actually. I find for my skin tone, deeper blushes do suit kind of a more of a bronzy look. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in with that. So first of all, just to kind of put down maybe just kind of a putty blush or a liquid blush, we're going to go in with this. This is Tahiti from e.l.f. And I'm just going to dab that up here, just below, above the, into the cheekbone center, and then up here. And I am going to dab that just to warm it to the skin. I'm not bringing it anywhere it shouldn't be. And it just gives me that line, that control line, if you want to call it. That's what I call it. And then we're just going to dab that. So it just kind of gives us that area where we know we're going to put that powder blush. And then after that, we're going to go in with my brows, basically, which is the e.l.f. Precise Brow Pencil. So now what I'm going to do is go in with that deep red. So again, this is the Wet n Wild, and I have put up on my community page. I couldn't find it anywhere in the UK and Ireland. It is on eBay, but it's like $12.99. So when I got it, it was like $4.99 on Amazon, and so was the Talk to the Flowers from the Alice in Wonderland collection from Wet n Wild. It's available in the US, I think, but I couldn't find it. Let me know below in the comments, and then anybody else who sees the video can also get it, because they're really, really good, guys. You got your highlighter. Like I said before in any other videos, if you do find you run out of your highlighter, you do have one here, and you do have one in the Talk to the Flowers bronze. So it's a really good idea. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in with that. So I'm going to go in with the cheeks brush. If I haven't got it, I've washed a lot of them. That might be in the wash. So what I'll do is I'll just go in with my Real Techniques blush brush. The only reason I went for the cheeks was because it's a smaller brush. Yes, I think I've put it in my wash, the ones to wash basically. So this is the one we're going for. If I just swatch it quickly, that's what it is. And that's that deeper color. So I'm going to be really careful because this is a bit of a bigger brush than I was planning on using. I'm just going to check. Okay, no, so it's definitely, just checking there, guys, because I've got so many brushes and they're all in the holders. Okay, so I'm going to, again, we're just see the color straight away, guys. Look at that color. And again, I'm not going back in. Can you see? I didn't have to go back into the pan to get, you know, the same kind of consistency or strength. So what I'm going to do then is go in with my, this is just a clean buffing brush, and all it does is really kind of fan out what we've done. Now this is kind of a color in terms of the intensity that I'm comfortable with. If you're not, you can keep on blending with a clean, once it's a clean buffing brush, it doesn't have to be anything as big as this. It can be something with that kind of dofer kind of edge, and all you do is kind of blend out basically until you find the color that you're happy with. I think given kind of that it's a mousse, Mocha Mousse, you've got your deep reds, your bronzers, I think this really suits it. So what I'm going to do now is go and get my, I might actually have it here, it's my e.l.f. eyeliner. Yes, we do. So this has a brush, and I think it's been in almost every video. It's got the brush, the spoolie, and the pencil liner here. I'm kind of running out of it now. And this is just a deep brown. So again, I think this Mocha Mousse trend, I'm just going to get my mirror here. The Mocha Mousse trend for me, I think would suit blue eyes, green eyes. You know, I think it would just be so, you use the brown, basically you use the brown that suits you. But it's come into clothes, it's come into clothing. The trend has come into nails, coats, you know, boots, things like that. So it's going to be something very creative. It doesn't have to just stop at makeup. It's something that can kind of go into your wardrobe, things like that. So I've brushed those into place. I'm now just going to go back and use the pencil liner. It's definitely something, guys, you can take into the wardrobe, boots, you know, shoes, things like that. And it does kind of suit this time of year. It really, really does. So what I'm going to do now after this is I'm going to go in with my Profusion eye base, and then while that's kind of getting sticky, we're then going to look at the kind of brown that we're going to use for the eyes. I'm just going to do that there. And then I'm just going to go back in with the brush, blend, and brush those brows out, and then we're going to move on with the Profusion cream base. Now you can get it in skin color. If you've watched my videos, you do know that I get the white one. Again, I like it as a control line, and this is what it looks like. This is Profusion pigment base in white. A lot comes out even before you even try to get it, and I'll show you, hopefully it will show you. I'm just bringing it, the slightest bit comes out there, and you can see how much, and I don't even need that much, but we will work with it. We'll work with it. I'm not going to kind of bring the eyes up too high today, and I'm just going to warm that on my skin. And basically, you can use a brush if you want to, but I tend to use my finger because it warms it in really quick. And it can look, if you're not used to it, and if you haven't seen me do this before, it can look a little bit odd. But I love the white one because you see exactly kind of the creamier ones and the kind of skin tone ones almost look like a concealer. And so you kind of, not that you forget where you put it, but it's really good. Bring that up right to the brow. For me, I love the white one. And you can see it does calm down from when we initially put it on. And then this side, just going in a little bit more. And it's a thicker one. It's not too liquidy, so it's not going to kind of run off the eye very quickly. Some of them can be really good, but they're almost like liquid, so you have to be super careful and really quick. But I find this is really nice. So Mocha Brown, let's have a look. This again was something that I saw and said, absolutely, this palette that I have, I think would be perfect for it. So I might do a little review separately on the Makeup by Mario. For some reason I thought it was powder. I actually hadn't even opened it until today. So that's something we can look at another time. I had looked at my NYX and wondered, should I use this? If you do have this, guys, and you don't have something like that, do look at this. It does have a nice little mix, smaller palette, but it does have a little mix of those kind of amber rose, mattes and warms, and then you've got your whites up here. But for me, I've had this palette for a long time, so what I'm saying before I dive into the palette is don't rush out and buy something if you're on a no-buy. January is tough for everybody, but I mean, look at things like what you have basically at home. So yes, especially if you're on a no-buy for makeup. Let's just pop these brushes back and then look at the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. Okay, so let's just take these out of the way. One of the things I am going to do, guys, before that is I'm going to double up my bronzer with the T Anyone, and we're going to really swirl that brush around. So this is T Anyone. Again, very similar to the blush. You've got your highlights here, your very medium light brown, and then your deeper brown. Today, I'm going to kind of swirl it round, and we're going to get that nice consistence, that kind of, I'm going to use my multi-use, and this is the multi-use Total Face Brush from e.l.f. And I'm really just swirling that round, not being particular about any color, and we're just gonna, it's like locking in what we've done. And it gives that nice sheen as well. And you see it hasn't really affected the blush either. Okay, so let's go with that. Lips that I've looked at, I might be using some of these today. This is my lip liner. So this is the Hands of Avon, and they were actually a brand I found on. It's coming off a little bit reddish on screen, but actually you can see it's kind of a brown. Actually, it's still coming off very amber brown, amber rose, but that's kind of what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to be using my lip liner, and again, this was a brand I found on on Amazon, and it's just called TU, and this is what it is. It has all the colors, so if you look at that, if you pull it out there, it's certainly a brown, if you see that there. So if I pop that beside here, warm it up, you can see that they're very, very similar. So we're going to be using that today. So now let's have a look. Mascara wise, I'm going to be using my normal collection Mile High mascara. What I am doing today to wake up the eyes, you guys, is I'm using a white kohl pencil, and this will be used on the bottom lashes. So we're going to be doing it on the bottom lid, sorry, the eye waterline. And this is just from Wet n Wild. It's their kohl pencil. So we'll be using that as well. Brand new as well, so I tend not to really use it a lot. I use it in my kit. This is a brand new one. So all we're going to be doing is going under the waterline there after I put my mascara on, and it's just going to awaken the eyes as well. Okay, so let's have a look. I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with it, so we're just going to open it again. It's quite a big palette too. I will either put here or down below, maybe both, just for you guys to see the review I did. So look at those. You've got your deep mattes, you've got your cool tones, and they do give you a lot of well, I think you've got about 4 sheers and 2 glitters. So I mean, you do get a lot for your money here, guys. I don't think it was any more than £8, and it's really done me really well since I've had it. I do have a lot of brush marks in it because I have used it outside of videos, and it's just really multi-use for me basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with that kind of going with the crease line there. We're going to cut the crease a little bit, and I'm going to use, they're not named, so you can just see on the back. It just gives you the fact that you've got, how many do we have here? 24. Wow. Yes, we do. So there you go. Colors there. So we're going to go in with this color here, and that's just going to be to cut the crease just above. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. eye brush, and this is what this one looks like. It's the double-ended, so I'm going to be using this side, and I'm just going to take that color. I'll show you what it looks like on the brush. That's what it looks like, and you'll see how good this eye primer is. Honestly, guys, it really is great, and it warms to the skin. It really keeps that shadow on. And that's just to cut the crease there. So we're going with that warm caramel look. Bringing it up slightly just above the lid, and we're going to do the same thing for the other eye. Again, that's what it looks like on the brush. I'll just do a swatch for you as well. That's the swatch there. Very light kind of caramel color, but that's what we want. We want that kind of line to look at, so that we see what we're doing, and it's kind of just that nice caramel color before you go in with anything more intense. And I can see a little bit of it. There was a little bit of a fallout, so we're just gonna that there. Okay, so they are a little bit, there is a bit of fallout from them, but it's definitely something that is worth it really, because not a lot, and the color stays a long time, particularly obviously when you're kind of doubling up with your primer and things like that. So that's what that looks like. So that's kind of what you're working with in the first instance. Now you could look at a cooler tone if you've got this palette. Choose your own colors. But what you're doing is you've got your options for that Mocha Mousse kind of color of the year. You've got your amber kind of pink down here, amber rose, I would say. So really good products, and good kind of variety, I would say. Again, I will put below, I don't think it was any more than £8. So what we're going to do now is go in with this on the same kind of tone, but a little bit deeper. I'm going to go in with this color. This is what this looks like here. So that's the two here we've put on the lid. We're going to go in with this one in the outer corner and move it up a bit, and this is what it looks like. I'm sticking with the warm tones. I like cool tones, but I don't tend to use them on myself too much. I find that it just enhances my eyes. I've got hooded eyes, and I think warmer browns kind of tend to suit my eyes a little bit better. So I'm going to pop that on the same brush, and we're going to kind of move this in the inner corner here, right in, but we're leaving that inner corner free because we're going to do something else with that in a minute. So you can see it really matches it, but you can certainly see it's one tone warmer. So we're going to do that again on this side. And again, guys, it doesn't take a lot of time. It's one of those looks that it looks amazing, clean look, but doesn't take a lot of time. Now you could certainly use lashes, anything like that. My eyes just don't take to lashes very well. I'm getting my hair done. This just actually is relevant to what I'm saying. I'm getting my hair done, and she does brows and hair kind of at a price. But what I was going to see is she would just tint them, and kind of then it doesn't affect anything if I do it. Kind of, I think it lasts for 6 weeks, but it doesn't mean you can't use mascara. It just gives them that kind of nice look, you know, that you can kind of wake up and they're tinted, that kind of thing. I think it lasts about 6 weeks, but yes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, I'll just show you what I did go in with. So that's what we've just used. I'm now going to go in just for like a focus color in the inner corners. And I am kind of going to, I don't want to go in too glittery or anything like that. I am going to just buff out what I've just done so it all kind of sets really well. And then the remaining color kind of goes in and really kind of warms up the eye on the top as well. And you can also see, even though I put that primer right up, it warms to the skin as well, and it kind of gives your kind of upper lids a little bit of kind of highlight as well, which is nice. So now we're going to go in, and I'm actually going to go with a very kind of looking for that matte light color, because I still want it to look warm, that mocha look. So what are we going to go with? Let's have a look, because I'm doing this with you guys today. And this one here. This is what I'm going to go in, and I'm going to just swatch it because it's coming off really kind of almost white on screen, but it's not at all. So that's what it looks like there. So we're going to put that in the inner corners. I'm going to start it off with my finger, and I'm just moving that in like that, and you can see. Yeah, so you can see the difference there. So here you can see there's nothing you can see there, but it's not kind of too dark. And then I'm going to leave a little bit, and I'm going to use this finger here. And what I'm going to do is go in with this, and I'm going to put it on the inner, very inner corner of my eye. So that's what that looks like there. And all I'm really gently just tabbing that, guys. Dabbing it in. You see there? Just to give my eyes a little bit of an awake look. And that's it. That's all you need. A little bit goes a long way. So we're going to continue to just use my finger on the inner corners there. And that's that one done. So we're going to go on the other side now. And just follow the line. I like to use my fingers on the inner corner of my eyes because, one, it controls it more. The warmth of your finger really sets the color really, really quickly as well. And it kind of is kind of less awkward. You're not going in with a kind of, you can also go in with anything that suits you. But for me personally, I do find it's a lot easier to go in and you can control, I find I control it better as well. So, okay. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, what I did a minute ago, is I'm going to go back in with that colour, and I'm just going to gently dab. I'm not dragging the skin in any way. And you can see it just gives those eyes a little bit of sparkle, but also you've put that mocha look on, but your eyes are kind of really kind of awake, and you've followed that trend. But you certainly do look, and I think any colour eyes obviously would suit this highlighter. And then if I have a really, I think I've got a really clean, I've got one set of brushes here, guys, that are in the clean, and then I've got the ones that are clean, so I'm making sure I'm using the right one. And this is the Fluffy Eye Blender from e.l.f. So all I'm doing really lightly is just kind of bringing the, after it's been applied, just bringing it up there. Okay, so what I'll do is my mascara, and we'll come back. Okay guys, so that's the finished look. My mascara that I use continuously is the Collections Mile High. It's better than any high-end mascara, honestly, guys. It has that fiber mascara. It's like that fiber lash mascara where it has that really good tube there, and it gets into the inner corners really well. What I did on the bottom is I just used my Wet n Wild white kohl pencil, and it's really soft, so just be careful, but it is a really soft. I prefer the soft ones, particularly when you're on the lower eyelash, you want to kind of be gentle and things like that. So that's what it looks like. I didn't purposely kind of go for like more black lashes underneath. I kind of wanted to look fresh. I wanted the mocha to kind of take over that look, Mocha Mousse to kind of take over, and cream, the kind of creaminess of what I think blends in really well. And we're now just going to go on to the lips quickly. Again, I use my these are just a brand I use. They're called TU, and it's the outer longwear lip pencil in 02. So I got 10. This is what 02 looks like, and what's on the sticker is basically what you get. Again, it's like a soft pencil liner. So what we're going to do is just outline the lashes, the lips. Oh dear, guys. And so straight away you kind of have that. Again, it's all about control line. So I just use it. Some of them I used completely to cover the lips, but for this I kind of just use it as a guide, as you can see, and then I go in with my lipstick. And again, this is a non-branded. This is the Hanu Haven, and I got a set of 5, and this is a brown. It's coming off a little bit red on screen, but we did blend that, or we did test that earlier. So we're just going to very, very soft and moisturizing. Definitely coming off a little bit brighter on screen, but it's kind of a medium tone. Maybe the pictures will make it look a little bit kind of true to color, but honestly guys, it really does suit. It kind of looks a little bit bright and kind of takes the focus, but I hope the eyes have shown you kind of what they look like off screen. I wanted to focus on the mocha kind of mousse look, daytime friendly. Again, you could certainly do the lashes down below, but again, the bronzer, everything like that, I wanted the blush to kind of really suit as well, so I might top that up a little bit. I use the Wet n Wild Talk to the Flowers. Deeper blushes with bronzes I find really, really nice. I find they just suit bronze. You can also do bright blush if that's what you want, but for me, I just find the deeper blushes just a bit more complimentary, really, guys. So what I'm going to do is go back in with my Real Techniques really quickly, and we're just going to, that's what it looks like there. Again, I was so impressed, and I say it all the time, of the size that you get. I think this was £4, you know, when it was actually available. Just gonna dab that there just to kind of, and then we can just go in with the blender brush. What you can also do as well is, what I sometimes do is just go in with the sponge, and it warms it to the skin. Instead of having to use another brush, you can just dab it in with a sponge. So yeah, so that's my kind of take on the mocha look, guys. Very daytime appropriate. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Definitely kind of, if you do have the Reloaded from Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette, you could also choose a different brown. It doesn't have to be what I did today, but certainly, guys, I would highly recommend this. Mocha then is coming into clothing, it's coming into, you know, nails, everything, so it's something you can definitely kind of explore throughout the year, something that I will definitely be doing. I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.